Good morning. How you doing? Um, Taking a moment to breathe, taking a moment to be this morning. How you doing? It has been a little bit sitting with you. And I have taken you on my journey of ups and downs. We talk. Um, and what I go through, what I've been through. And so I've been walking through the season of will lately. What it means to have your own will. And what it means when you give that will up. And I want you to understand something. I do not knock anyone's choice of what they want to follow. Everyone has a choice of what they want to follow. Okay? But understand, whether you choose the great divine, whether you choose a darker path, there are consequences for giving up your will. Either way, you're giving up your will. Let me explain. For example, if you follow the Bible and you follow the divine, right? Or whatever the divine is for you, you're giving up your will for prayers, guidance, what else have you to guide you. But you give up your divine will in service to that deity, those deities, those spirits, whether for protection, blessings, favor, you're still giving it up for their glory, whatever it is, you're still giving it up. And you make their choices precedent over your choices. If you follow a darker path, right? And I'm not going to say it's the easier path, but it is a shortcut because, darker path is you do things that with consequences to get faster than divine timing, to gain certain things, sacrificial, whatever, right? Still a cost, but you're still giving up your will. And then there's middle path. There's where I walk, which is my will with the universe. I believe for me, and this is just for me, this is my thing, and this is what I've been sitting through. For me, it is of utmost importance for me to have my choice, my will, my say. If I'm told I'm given free will to do what I choose to do, for me, that means you don't tell me what I follow. I don't go to anything to do anything for me. I take my consequences. I don't give it to anyone or anything. They're my choices. Because it's free to me. And so many people don't understand and know that. Will is your choice to choose. Now let's look at it in a human aspect. You see what's going on today. Okay, let's bring it down. You see what's going on today in the world and all these people trying to control. And the number one thing is, no, you don't control me. That was what the whole Civil War was about. You don't tell us what to do, government. We want to have slaves. We want to do this. We want to do that. You don't tell us what to do. Our will over what you want us to do. It's the same thing with spirit. For me, though, it's my will over what I'm told to do. My will. But with that is my consequences, my karma, my mistakes I walk with, and I gotta fix them. There's a price for that too. So my big thing that I've been walking through is, don't tell me I have will, but yet you want me to follow. No. If it's my free will, it's my free will. That's it. That's what I'm going to do. And I've been sitting in that season. And for me, though, I am willing to take those consequences. I had talked again before about, but there are some of us whose hands are in our lives, whether human or spiritual, whose hands are in our lives, that we don't have control over. Some of us do. Some of us, we're given free will, and we actually don't have free will, if you notice. we'll be guided by spirit anyway. And we're like, hey, wait a minute now. I have free will. I didn't ask you. That also means, though, we don't go to be rescued either. We rescue ourselves. If you're going to choose free will yourself, you rescue yourself. You don't, when it gets hard, you don't go to spirit, hey, I need your help. No. You chose your will for you. Understand that. You do it 100%. Well, I did. I said I would, right? But I know I'm chosen to do something for the divine. So it doesn't necessarily let me do it all by myself. Likewise, though, doesn't necessarily remove the hard stuff either. Because it's like you say you're going to do it by yourself. I'm like, well, then why are your hands in my stuff then? And I understand it has to. I'm here to do a job for it. So I get it. I get that. Balance between dark and light. Because we all have dark and light. And it's a balance. It is not getting rid of dark completely just to be light. No. It is a balance. You need dark too. If you didn't, it wouldn't exist. You need it to. So I've been sitting up dealing with the balances. And I've been sitting up dealing with what's going on with me and my ups and downs. But I've been thinking about something. I've been working on something with myself and embracing the challenges instead of fighting the challenges. This deals with the law of flow. You hear me talk about the law of flow. You hear me talk about you don't know what you don't know, which is one of the things I don't get along with the divine about. Some people say, well, if you know what the divine knows what you need them for. Hold on. We're co-creators in this. Yes, your life is set on a destined path, and yes, it's already predetermined what you're going to do. However, you got to make the choices to still make that predetermined piece. Co-creators, I will walk with you, but I'm not going to give you control of it. That's me, though. Ain't the same for everybody else. That's me. My understanding is different. My vision is different. My perception is different. So I was sitting up there thinking, I said, I have struggled for so long. Like a lot of other people do. You go through what you go through, right? And you don't know what you don't know. Some of us, though, are endowed to know. And will not misuse it. We'll use it for the good of other people. But still will not allow us to know. Now, we can't know with the divine know. Because that's just too much. Way too much. Too many connections. Too many things of the spider web that span out. I don't even want to know all that. Because once you know, you're responsible. Don't want it. But I was sitting up here and I was like, you know what? Flow with challenges. Flow with the struggle. And many would be like, are you insane? Are you crazy? What is wrong with you? I've been sitting through that a long time. Baby, you ain't got to tell me. I can sit up and recite to you what my enemies have been able to do to me over time. But I have knowing they ain't going to win, despite what they do. Because no matter what is put on me, they cannot change me to the core of me. And that's the mistake that is done. They change surface. What they don't understand is they don't know what I was born with to not be able to change me at the core of me. People do things to you out of jealousy and will cause hardships on you and put monkeys on your back. And they do. Because they're weak-minded. They don't know how to get their butts up and work hard over what they're trying to do. And so then they're looking at you like, well, that's not fair. This person has, you don't know their shoes. I keep saying, you don't know the shoes someone is walking in. You don't know. So you don't sit up and put stuff up on people. Because you don't know. You don't. And so I can't tell you how much darkness people put on me. And I know the difference. I know. And I'm like, for real? You going to be mad at me for doing the work. Because your lazy ass don't want to do the work. You going to be mad at me and my successes and what I'm blessed with by spirit. That's the other thing. Number 2. When you are blessed by spirit to do stuff, that don't mean your path is easy. Just because we have talents and we can persevere over certain things and we're given certain things to do, you think our path is easy? It was given by the divine. What gift given by the divine means it's easy? Do you understand how hard it is? I can't tell you how many people have been jealous over me and my singing voice. First of all, it's a divinely anointed voice, which means I have to use it to teach, which means that whatever I chose to do in my life was taken from me and it was replaced by what the divine wanted me to do. And that's a whole nother ball game between me and the divine. While you sitting up here being jealous of me and what I'm doing, you don't understand what was taken from people for you to be jealous of, to be anointed with, because you don't have it. You don't understand the struggle that goes with that. You're just jealous because you don't have it. Why don't you have the vision to see what the person is walking with before you get jealous over it? Because there's a responsibility with these gifts. Why are you sitting up there jealous? But if you jealous over people because of your perception of their ability to be successful, baby, that's called hard work. That ain't called sitting up, laying on your back and things just come to you. No, for me, it's hard work. If you too goddamn lazy to get up and do the hard work, that's on you and your weakness of spirit. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's a reflection of you. I get up and do the work. I know what I got to do. I know my path. And I know my conviction. If you don't know you, this is why you putting shit on people. Because you don't know you. You don't love you. Because if you loved you, you wouldn't be putting shit on people. You stop other people's flow. But guess what? That karma and them consequences is going to come right back to you. Comes right back to you. People think, even with the rich folks that do sacrifices to the dark to get what they have, you have no idea what those consequences are going to be for them. You have no idea what their payment is going to be in the end and when it's going to be collected upon. You have no idea. As I said, you don't know a person's shoes. Why you sitting up there jealous? You need to be looking in the mirror at yourself and lifting yourself up for the gifts you have already. So, being and walking with your challenges, you walk and flow. You flow with them. If you don't flow with them, you end up angry, and that's what I had been for months. Angry. Looking outside, right? But then I had gotten an epiphany that was so profound. It took me going somewhere by myself in a conversation with the divine that I was really angry about, to see a change of perception I needed to make, and to see that I wasted my own time for too many years because it's something I thought the divine did. It wasn't something the divine did. Well, it did, right? But my perception was so angry, or I was rooted in anger, that I didn't see I had a choice in a different way the whole time. And what that did was that set me up moving forward to say, roll with your challenges. And you roll with the challenges so you can see the perception. So the perception is not clouded. It's not skewed. We all go through things for a reason, for a purpose, and it's needed. And it is. It is. Flow with your challenges. See what the lessons are trying to tell you and show you. See what it's trying to show you. Now, sometimes it's just dark forces, and there's nothing you can do. Sometimes. But pray. And that's just, but again, we don't know the karma on that spirit and what they're paying for, what they've done before. We don't know. And it could be egregious, and that's why it's horrible now. That is not for us to judge. We don't have that right. As I tell people all the time, you don't even have the right to judge Satan because you don't know the story. You really don't. You don't have the right to judge anybody because you don't know. So, flow with your challenges and see the lessons. Walk your will as you choose. If you choose to go with the divine, you choose to go the darker path, you choose the law of man doing yours with the universe. Flow for you. The love and knowing of you. All right, y'all. I missed y'all. I missed you. Sending y'all love. Missed you so much. And I'll be sending some more your way. Take care now. Bye-bye.